Delta, hello, even. I was wondering why I was hearing the game after my game is muted. This happens all the time, even! Okay. Hello. You're starting just a little bit early today, but that's because the sooner I get started, the sooner I get done with this. And I just want to be done with MSQ. We left off on the start of 5.55, so the company we keep. I'm pretty sure I actually didn't talk to everyone, so we'll start there. As of this moment, you are under strict orders to get as much rest as possible. After all, we need our lady fighting fit when the Telephoroi rear their ugly heads again. None can deny that Heidelin's blessing has been a great boon to our cause, but much remains unknown with regard to her true intentions. It strikes me as odd that rather than marching on one of the city-states, the Telephoroi have so far made only sporadic attacks. I doubt they'd go to the trouble of putting up all those towers if that was all they had in store for us. The sudden appearance of the towers will surely not have escaped the forum's notice. I would like to think they would be receptive to Kryle's request for cooperation in investigating the matter, but unfortunately their reputation would suggest otherwise. If I am to pursue this course, I must be prepared for the hardships that lie ahead. If you've need of my lands, I'll be ready. If not, I'll be reserving my strength in preparation of the next battle. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I did read these. But since you're here, I have a question. The Scions are in close contact with the East Aldernard Trading Company in Kugani, yes? I was wondering if they could place an order for some sun-dried squid. Estinian's dialogue is what made me remember. I don't seem to be able to find it in these parts. Though we know not the full extent of the Telephoroy schemes, preventing further abductions must take precedence above all else, for therein lieth the key to depriving our enemy of its most potent weapon. The company we keep. Alize can tell you are itching to take the fight to the Telephoroy. Ah, Thargi, you are looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Kryle, I'm afraid we're still waiting, but we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to horrible than the others. Meanwhile, talks with the beast tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Ulda's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the Ixal, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Telephoroy still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telephoroy, in concert with our new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance would bring all of the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan, given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one, considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady. And for their parts, I am told the Beast Tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. Shin, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Hello, hello. Here's that shout out for you. You guys are playing Fate Grand Order. How was stream? I hope you had fun. I am on a push to finish MSQ, so welcome in. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Sandra. Welcome to our Corner Cafe. I am a variety streamer whose main game is Final Fantasy XIV. But other games that we're currently playing right now are just my time at Sandrock, actually. But yeah. We're pushing to finish Post-Shadowbringers MSQ, so I'm going to be heavily focused on story today. I am pretty tired from lack of sleep, so I would like to just finish this and take a break from MSQ for who knows how long. She must chill. I'm glad to hear that. I hope you guys had good leveling yesterday in Eureka. Dancred says, also, for anyone who's not already at the very, very end of Shadowbringers, this is your warning that there are MSQ spoilers. This is 5.55, so literally the very end. Good luck with post-MSQ. Thank you. If you need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. Please make sure that you take care of yourself first and foremost, and thank you again for trusting me with your community. Well, now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. Hope you have a nice dinner, Shin. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you, Daiki? All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Emmerich will be there and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well then. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo. Shall we? I should bump background music back up. Had it down for raid the other day because I couldn't hear people. Don't forget to bring me something nice from Alamigo. I shall take this opportunity to gain a better understanding of Sir Estinian. Being Elizin of the of like age, tis possible we have interests in common. Don't think so. Mayhap I shall begin by lending him a favorite treatsy or two from my collection. Don't worry, I have no plans to return to roaming in your absence. I know you'd only chase me if I did. Been keeping me good eye on the towers and telling the others to do the same. Of course, I don't mean just us science. I've got a whole network of scouts to keep me informed. Pretty sure this is that one. Alize's been teaching me how to cure. Yep, old. Like the city-states, every beast tribe has its factions, each with their own agenda, making peace a complex proposition. But if the Alliance can come to an understanding with their leaders, it will be for them to resolve internal politics. The Amalja cannot be the only tribe to have been targeted by the Telephoroi, and none of them will have taken kindly to having their people enslaved, nor their gods turned against them. Huh, I suppose I am, and the fact that our cure for tempering made it possible only heightens my anticipation. Who's what, huh? Honestly, the look on your face, eager to bear witness to another historic moment by any chance? Oh, Alize was talking to him. And he said, huh, I suppose I am, and the fact that our cure for tempering made it possible only heightens my anticipation. Okay. Even with the swift intervention of the immortal flames, all too many lost their lives at Paglathen. Still closer cooperation between our peoples will be required if we are to thwart the plans of the Telephoroi. We have been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in?
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'shtola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
Raikanya, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, hello. Let me give you a shout out. I hope you guys had a good stream. But welcome in, raiders. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Sandra. I am a variety streamer whose main game is Final Fantasy XIV. Other games that we currently have in our variety rotation are just my time at Sandra. Hello? Oh, I forgot a raid message. That's okay. Welcome in, Reika Raid, Comfy Chaos. Comfy Chaos. We like that. But yeah, I am pushing to finish Post-Shadowbringers MSQ today. So it'll be very heavily focused on MSQ. I'm gonna try to keep my yap and trap shut for most of it. So yeah. My back is killing me, so I gotta rest, but I hope you're having a great time with Post-Shadowbringers. Some of the best content, in my opinion. I don't know. I have very particular feelings about Shadowbringers as a whole. Like, I can agree that it's, like, very well written for some arcs, but I'm also someone who feels very disassociated with what is going on, so I don't know. I feel disassociated with what's going on because the story is very, I guess, like, segmented in a way, and when it segments too much like that, I have a very hard time piecing together, like, past information and then putting it all together and then feeling something about it. But also, overarching theme of Shadowbringers of like death and quote unquote like rebirth or people coming back to life is not something that I am enjoying so much. I think it's very too overdone in Shadowbringers, so I feel very numb to everything that's going on in a way. But that's my opinion. I can agree that like certain things are very well written though. But I am looking forward to just be done with Post-Shadowbringers. So yeah, this is a warning to anyone that plays Final Fantasy XIV that is not already done with the game or is not up to Post-Shadowbringers 5.55. This is the very end of Shadowbringers, so that is your one and only spoiler warning. But yeah, thank you for entrusting me with your community, Reika, and I hope you guys enjoy Final Fantasy XIV Post-Shadowbringers story. I need to read this again. Given the enemy's capabilities, we all will all need to play our part if we are able to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on the star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome. I beg your pardon?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little city without gills, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
Is this not the same? It's not the same voice actor as the last time we heard the Sahagin priest talk, right? Because I definitely don't remember the voice being like that.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
And this is also not the Ixaly chief that we know from the Allied Society quest, right? That's not... Well, actually, no, because we usually see his face, so I actually don't know.
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
Not no more, Queen. Queen of all Wallows, yes.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Emery. Oh boy, I suck at naming things. I would call it the Grand Company of Eorzea. I would call it... One moment, please. Where my Hrothgar representative, yo? Oh boy, I'm so sad. Grand Company of Eorzea.
But that's the name I...
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Strangely gave me chills. It's a pity it took the threat of annihilation for everyone to cast their grievances aside. Better late than never, I suppose. Forgive me for observing, but Alphino seems less than jubilant. Might his thoughts still be occupied by the fate of poor Ehrenwald? The Grand Company of Eorzea. I wonder what Rio and the other former Crystal Braves will make of it. We have won over the leaders. Now the leaders must win over their own people. No small task, I grant you. But we have come a long way since first we joined with Minfilia to bring an end to summoning. A long, long way. Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the people of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made, and the lives lost. Inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now, there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step. The first of many. Many and more. Elder Seedseer, how might we be of service? I seek Master Alphinaud's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. Why Alfie's help? I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade. The better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash Crown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylph's established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. If the Sylphs are to perform their tasks effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force found with the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphinaud. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests. And I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little it is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations, drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. You have my gratitude, Master Alphinaud, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here today, I have no doubt that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telepharoi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Well, this is gonna be interesting. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? As if you have to ask. I can't think of an excuse not to, so yes. As if you have to ask. Thank you. As someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, yours would be a reassuring presence. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it will be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. It may help Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. It will not be easy to revisit the past, but sometimes one must look back to see the way forward. I take it we will soon be paying the Sylphs a visit. How fascinating it will be to speak with them in person, though I gather conversation can prove rather challenging. So, what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. Not long after that fateful day in Ul'dah, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history. From the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone. Its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question, namely, why? After the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new Grand Company together? And that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope. But the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandon the cause would welcome my inquiries. And Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Have care, however. Certain of my former comrades are of questionable character. So keep your wits about you, and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you have no objections, I have a mind to begin by speaking with Riel and Alianne. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Oriens. Let us seek them out there. While such briefings are seldom exciting affairs, their importance in coordinating our efforts with our allies cannot be overstated. In that regard, Alianne and Riel have been most dependable. Oh, I didn't expect to see you here, Thargi, but if you enjoy intelligence briefings, you've come to the right place. Well, look who it is. And what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? in a manner of speaking. I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. As I once explained to Thaigi, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself. I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away. But when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time's gone on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Mistress Tataru, we've all got us something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain. Because we believe there's more important things than that. Things worth protecting, which is what being a Scion's all about. I am at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, Thaigi. Could you give us your thoughts on the Crystal Braves? Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Well, it's founding ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilbert, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it all for the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say. And the Braves had a barrel full of them, not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Tataru sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. It was too sloppy. Yes, it really was. You know... if this is how they're choosing to end Shadowbringers, I'm not opposed to it. I hate that sloppy sound. It's kind of impossible to not say it that way, though. I'm not opposed to them choosing to end it like this because it quite makes a lot of sense, but in my personal opinion, that story kind of never closed properly. Fuck all for everything that came in between. I don't know. After the company of heroes went their separate ways, I did try working on me own for a bit. And I'll admit, it was nice being able to pick me own battles. But if you want to make a real difference, you need to find a good crew and stick with them. Speaking of former Crystal Braves, I've not seen Ergmus of late, constantly away on missions as he is. I wonder how he fares. Who is Ergmus? On official business. Alphino is keen to hear what Alizé and Grahatia have learned from the Braves who turned their back on the cause. Well, I think we have taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. You know, it's been interesting because some people have stated that, like, me personally, I could care less about the Scions. Oh, hang on. Any new dialogue here? No. No. Okay. Some would say that I very much don't care for many of the Scions, and I would say that's particularly true. Because I think, like, besides Alizé and Alphino, yeah, really besides Alizé and Alphino, the rest of their stories come in too many parts and doesn't quite involve us. Right? Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. And I think that's where I get, like, the disconnect of, like, well, if I'm not there, or if I wasn't part of that, does it really matter to me? No, not really. On the way here, I took the opportunity to write up my notes from our conversation with Alianne and Riel. All that remains is to add Alizé and Graha's findings, whatever they may be. When Alizé sets her mind on something, there's no stopping her, and her mind was truly set on finding former Braves. For a while, I even feared what she might do to them, but in the event, she was admirably civil, for the most part. Thanks to Tataru's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I will set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Leave me to attend to my report and join the others in Little Solace. I shan't keep you waiting long. I know how playful the sylphs can be. Not any more than base, though. Oh man, it's been so long since I've been in this area. Now that I think about it, of the four of us, only you and Alphino have any real experience in conversing with sylphs. Still, it can't be that hard, can it? Though I had the honor of sharing a table with Elder Frixio and Alamigo, I did not have an opportunity to speak with him. I do hope my studies have granted me a sufficient grasp of his people's customs. Like cabbages? Oh boy. Oh, welcome, Brave One and friends of Brave One. How good it is to see you walking once again so soon after the meeting. It's been a while since we last spoke. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making walking ones dance, but no more. Horned One Kane Senna said that walking ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. That is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telephoroi. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. And any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one? And in quite a hurry, it seems. Alize, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphino. Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting. What? No. A twin adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Chalayan has sent an envoy who is due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. An envoy? Could it be that Cryle has managed to sway the forum? We shall know soon enough, but there is more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seeds here. Really? I can't see why they may want Scions to be present, but us? I can see why they might want Scions to be present, but us specifically? Wait. This isn't who I think it is. Or is it who I think it is? It is. I could scarce believe it myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told it was one Forchenault Leveilleur. Your father? Well, now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprise enough. But him? Quite. I glean from this that they are taking the matter seriously. That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members? Unless he volunteered for it. It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he is concerned for your well-being? Perhaps, but he has always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixio, loath though I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies along with my report. Never mind. There will be time to talk later. This one won't keep walking ones for more urgent matters. Go. The audience will The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seedseer awaits even now. Let us begin on our way. Let us be on our way. Don't mind this one. Walking one should head back to Gridania with the others. If this one has any questions about the report, this one will be sure to send word. Skills. Welcome, Warrior of Light. The other Seedseer and your friends are waiting within. It's been a while since we've been in here, no? After all this time, it will be good to see my father, even if it is at an official meeting. 99 may seem like rather a lot of members, but before the forum was founded, every person of age in Charlene was given equal say in its governance. Many of the institutions that are still active today were established by the people's vote, not least the Studium. As Alize and I were constantly reminded during our time there, it is an example of what can be achieved through absolute democracy. It's been a minute? Yeah, it really has. During my time in Charlene, I heard much of Forchenalt Leveilleur. He's a gifted speaker, known amongst other things for the uncompromising application of foreign policy. My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Forchenalt's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Crow permission to request Charlene's aid, we did not anticipate so promptly of a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of that reply may be, we shall soon discover.
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience.
Sorry, excuse me for just a second. Jeez, my dinner
I am
is...
Fortuno Leveilleur, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
All of a sudden making me feel extra full.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortuno, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisoix, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
I am so happy I finished Coils.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene.
Grandpapa? If there are 100 Fortunal haters, I am one of them. If there are 10 Fortunal haters, I am one of them. If there is one Fortunal hater, it is me. If there are no Fortunal haters, it's because I am dead.
And my position remains unchanged.
Jeez.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
A bunch of uptight scholars, the Forum is, yes?
Father,
or is this just his opinion?
You must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves, but if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline.
Oh, brother. Sticks up their asses they have. I don't know what is funny for filtering me after what Delta said. I think, like, I'm pretty sure auto mod doesn't get VIPs and mods as much as just regular people in chat. Oh, this, good morning. Hello, Cryo. He's one of those adults.
But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war.
What, pray tell, is his solution then?
Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice?
So we would rather be sitting ducks?
It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
Better to fight and fail than wait for the axe to fall. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. It is in your power to save us. Refuse, and you condemn us all. You have to play Endwalker to find out. It's a shame Endwalker was the last expansion. I left Ontro. Interesting. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom. It is indolence.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike her, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy.
No. This is where he's wrong, because we are always right, and then there are no problems.
Alphino, Alizé, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
What the fuck?
What?
Father!
How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Master Fourcheneau, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Father! Wait!
Don't bother, Alizé!
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
I definitely feel for the twins. I'll hunt you down like a rabid dog from this day forward. Publicly disowning your kids in front of all their allies seems like a level-headed response from Fortunal. Oh boy. That was something. How do I feel about that? Yeah, we don't like him. Yeah, we kind of hate him. I don't know. A very extremist. It was not so very long ago that we had a friend and a neighbor in Sharlayan, and so I clung to the hope that she might yet lend us her strength. But when she forsook Dravania, it would seem she forsook us all. In order to avoid conflict with Garlemald, the Forum went so far as to order the abandonment of an entire city-state. The refusal to aid us now is, I am sorry to say, entirely consistent with their historic position. No surprise there, really. Is it we who walk the path of ruin? Time will tell. So that's what he came here to say. That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telephoroi. And as for the rest, like it or not, this was the Forum's decision. To watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger. And as he handed down their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Forshino who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. The decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed, and so we shall face the Telephoroi without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why did they not simply keep their counsel, as they are wont to do? Thargi, has Master Forshino arrived yet? Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject, without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be that they're hiding something from us? That might go some way to explain Master Forshino's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. But what if they genuinely believe that they know how the world will end, and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me they are not as unconcerned about the Telephoroi as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I am aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. Always wanted to visit, Charlene. Please do. Well, there are one or two things to take care of here first. Please do. Excellent. Obviously, keeping the Telephoroi at bay must take precedence. But with luck, you'll be able to make the journey to Charlene ere long. It may take a while to secure entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations gave me cause to hope. Yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Charlayans hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt in them a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telephoroi. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there is no guarantee that we will prevail. So what does Charlane intend to do if we fail? Unofficial business complete. Give me just a second to check something network-wise, because my OBS is telling me there's a bit of an issue with rendering frames. Oh, you died? Yeah, no, I swapped my router. Thought it was just Switch again. Yeah, no, OBS is acting up with my 5G internet again. So before I had any other issues, I decided to just swap back to non-5G internet. You gotta wait a minute. I wonder if after you finish 5.55 you'll have the Endwalker title. It's my favorite. I wonder. I would assume so. Isn't that how it's meant to work? Jumbo Epu, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay. Also, just in case. Just in case, it would probably be beneficial to everyone to refresh on your end too. The Endwalker title is so relaxing. Didn't I see Endwalker for like the longest time? No. No. I had Shadowbringers, and then I had Dawn Trail, right? Before they implemented the change, and then yeah, so I never saw the Endwalker one. Endwalker title 6.0. No, I'm trying to remember like my title screen. I was like, I had Shadowbringers because I started before Endwalker came out, and then why? Okay, but that doesn't explain why. I swear I was still playing when Endwalker came out, so I should have had Endwalker screen, no? Unless I'm misremembering. Either way, all I know is that like I definitely had Shadowbringers, and I definitely had Dawn Trail, because Dawn Trail is a freaking ball of light. And then changed it so that you could have your patch. You didn't have Endwalker for long. If I even had it at all. I honestly don't really care or remember things like that. Endwalker is the moon one. I honestly cannot recall to save my life. It's one of those things that, like, definitely not useful knowledge and definitely got dumped out of my memory capacity. With their knowledge, Charlayan could have done so much for the cause. They could have helped us to uncover the secrets of the towers and save the tempered captives within, and yet... that does not sound familiar at all, Delta. Throughout my childhood, I remember grandfather arguing with my father over Charlayan policies of non-intervention, and this time it was my turn to play the role. But if even my grandfather could not win him over, what chance had I? If words exist that may sway him, I know not what they are. The forum includes representatives from all of Charlayan's central institutions. With them hindering Krau's investigation, she will struggle to make any headway on her own. Death unto dawn. Kane-sama seems determined not to let the disappointment of Charlayan's rejection distract her from the task at hand. Dush. While Charlayan's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Scions... Grave tidings, walking ones. Grave tidings. Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones who went to see Feathered Ones send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Zelfatol. Zelfatol, sorry. The L really looked like another exclamation mark. Destroying ones and captured ones, and even frightful godly ones. Feathered Ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes. Much too late. But luckily Destroying Ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered Ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West? That would be Kurthus. My lady, the Ishgardians report that the Telephoroi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Kurthus and are marching at speed. Though their purpose has yet to be determined, the Cartano Flats would seem their most likely destination. Lord Emmerich has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support. Tell him he shall have it. The time is come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to Cartano. But wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying Ones were said to be led by Cackling Robed One. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell. And Daniel. Who else? It's only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Cartano. Pray see to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste. At once, my lady. Let us away. The airship will be ready to depart ere long. I bid you make for the landing as soon as you are able, and may the 12 keep you. Come on, this will only take a moment, alright? Dargi, it would seem Fardola here has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I have explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, and it'll be over sooner if you shut up and come with me.
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The Chirurgeons say I may never walk again. Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide. Look, Alfino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
We carry the dreams of many. We'll carry yours too. We'll be sure to give your regards to the Telephoroi. Some things may have changed, but the adventure isn't over yet. Some things may have changed, but the adventure isn't over yet.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero, do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
Do I actually like these two? Their dynamic is fun.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Honestly, when you first saw it, I was going through Stormblood, you had to stop yourself from asking why he isn't in a wheelchair. Okay, remind me again, I don't get to play as myself in the instance, right? So it doesn't matter what I go in as. After Paglathan, I had assumed that the Tel'Varoi would continue to target settlements, but it is plain they considered Zelphatol a mere obstacle on the road to Carton No. What then draws them to the flats? You must keep a close eye on their movements. You play as yourself at the end? Ah, okay, then I will. Keep a close eye on their movements. Also, a bunch of the stuff you just love so much. Oh, great and lovely. Joy. I rather doubt that Fordola obtained the Chirurgeon's permission before bringing Ehrenwald halfway across the realm. And solely to deliver a message at that. They should both have known better, but what's done is done, and I will not soon forget his words. It's not the worst instance in the game. It's the worst when I have to play something that I don't want to play. You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the set of Alphino's jaws, it appears to have done him some good. Bancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, Almalja and Kobold forces are also bound for Cartonel as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same by saving as many of their tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. Upon joining the battle at Cartonel, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to participate in the battle and view these cutscenes in their entirety. Well then, you know what? Great time for a bio break. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Biobreak, I just got here. Hello, UPS Church, welcome in. I came at the correct time, I would say. We were just stopping right before the instance because game told us it'll be a while. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of these. Thank God. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost. Great. Bedtime. Good night, Delta. Okay, kind of from far away, Estinian really just looks like Slash. Or Asuka. From afar.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Charlian, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroi's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
Gods be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Oh, this gives me very odd feelings. Too much PvP. Listen well, friends. The Telophoroi are sweeping across Cartano. As for the Ascian, he was briefly sighted above the battlefield, but has since vanished. He likely intends to watch events unfold from afar. Thus far, the movements of the lunar primals have proven difficult to predict. Even when poised to ambush our troops, they instead withdraw for some unknown reason. Whatever the Telophoroi's plan may be, the primals are our primary targets. Understood. They will not elude the Scions for long.
Prepare yourself!
Let's give it our all!
Hold fast, friend.
So they would overwhelm us with sheer numbers. Am I able to hit both? No. I will keep them occupied. The rest of you seek out the primals. Let us divide our forces that we may locate the primals more swiftly. Dangred, Y'shtola, and I shall head east. I'll concentrate my efforts on the Tempered. With luck, I should have the chance to cure some of them. Then I'll go west. Thyri, Alphino, come with me. Where's Justinian? We're counting on you. Have faith, and victory shall be ours. This way, let's get moving. I do not see any primals. Something's not right. Having to read in the middle of this instance is really not doing it for me. As the sign spread out across the field, Alice and Gaha take the fight to the Telophoroi. Holy crap, I almost didn't see the subtitles. There's so many of them. Oh god. Flare, Scorch combo, Air Fletch, port. Hang on. Here. Okay. Oracle, Enchanted Repose, Enchanted Rochelle, Enchanted Redoublement, Displacement, Holy Scourge. Okay. We'll go like this. Too much PvP. A banger of an instance. I do like this instance. How kind of those crazed mobs to wait for you. Yeah.
Allow me.
What is this? Oh, well, they just made it so easy to play Red Mage. It's wild. But I have only need for one button. I won't be curing anyone of this, right? We'll have to incapacitate them first. Their tempering has gone too far to treat them here in the battlefield. With this degree of physical alteration, I fear they are beyond help. Imperials are no. I hate... with this degree of alteration, I fear they were beyond help. Imperials or no, I hate to see them in such pain. We must see that their suffering is not prolonged. It seems we've earned a moment's respite. Then let us take this opportunity to cure the temper. Actually cure. Send Angelo to cure. Oh, Angelo? Do you see that? The glyph? Yes. How worried should we be? Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Carteneau. But now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an etheric confluence, like the pillars of the Ezim Steppe, but greater in scale. Far greater. The glyphs that Fandaniel has conjured reach into its very midst. And I believe I know their purpose. Should the lunar primals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. The resultant disruption to the flow of aether would sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm. That he would go so far cometh as little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all costs. Defeat Lunar Odin and defeat the ethereal and defend the Lunar confluence. Oh my lord. Hang on. Benefic. Helios. What the hell is fixed sign? Monolithic, Lord of Crowns combo. Draw cards, restore 20% maximum MP. Damage dealt is increased while weapon skill cast time and recast time, spell cast time and recast time. Huh? An auto attack delay or reduce for yourself. Okay. Got it. Old pick. Old Astro, I mean. Yeah, old Astro. Blah, blah, blah. It's a fixed sign centered around the caster, reducing damage taken by 10% for self and any party members who enter. So barrier. Goes there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, something like that. Good enough. Card. If any of the abilities are not ready, the combo will restart again. Potency restores 10 executes the following abilities in succession. Draw a card. 10% MP. Unexpected damage. Okay. Forget my caster.
I shall protect thee.
May the 12 guide you.
Who died? The confluence? Kaden Madoru, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay. Well, you're still alive, heal herself.
I shall protect thee.
Can we heal this thing? Oh, can.
Mitre.
May the 12 guide you.
Yestola! Wow, okay, I only recognize that because Raiden? That was too early.
Away with you!
The best defense is a good defense!
I am going to lose my mind. Hello, sign. Give me back regular Astro! God, I hate this.
I shall protect thee.
Mitre.
May the 12 guide you.
away with you!
Oops,
The best
just
defense
a
is a
tad
good defense.
early. Ah, but we're okay. Meanwhile, Graha, Tia, and Alize prepare to lock swords with Lunar Ravana. Put this in here. Oh god. And fire, fire, fire 4, fire 4, fire 4, foul. Blizzard. Restores up to 40% of MP. Thunder. Break prevents spellcasting, movement, and other activity of all nearby enemies. Here 2, Medica 2. Here. Yeah, something like that. Use fire until empty, use ice until full, use lightning dot as needed. Yep. Honestly, don't remember Ravana at all.
I have you now.
Oh, you know, not paying attention to the confluence. How close do I want to stand next to this thing?
I have you now.
How are you meant to... Oh wait, I do have... Oh shoot, sorry, button I forgot about. To stop things, yes. I read, definitely. This one.
I have you now.
At the self-same moment, you stand shoulder to shoulder with Alphinaud and Estinian, resolved to lay Ifrit, or Lunar Ifrit low. Lunar Ifrit, the one Arendvald and Fredola encountered. This one is not to be taken lightly. Be on your guard. Center.
You're finished!
We must fight on!
Too late.
I have you now!
I will not be outdone!
They're fine. Do we even need any healing? Is there a PvP map here? Yes, I know. That's why I mentioned PvP earlier. Secure. It's the secure map. My absolute least favorite.
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you. Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
We got Omega from here too. Oh, I probably was not so much paying attention to that. Or I don't really remember because that was... so long ago, actually. And I didn't ever correlate that with this map. It was also probably before, yeah, way before Omega was locked up under Krishna. Did I do Omega before or after Secure came back as a map bar? .5. That was before, which is probably why I wouldn't have really put 2 and 2 together.
Glory be to Garlemald.
After Poppy sacrificed himself with she were probably much
How
nicer.
fair the
Oh,
tempered.
fair enough.
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Still have my qualms about that fight. But it was a cool cutscene.
Do not hang your head so, brave scions.
That is also not the voice that I expected him to have.
Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
Should have been quicker, but I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
One battle at a time, we'll get there. To the very end. Well, you've come this far. One battle at a time, we'll get there.
That
Agreed.
we will.
Yay! Clap, 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 clap. Honestly, 5.55 may have been my favorite out of all of Shadowbringers. Out of all any reason, I think it's because it continues the story of like Alphino and Alize, who we actually know and kind of care about a little more than the rest of the Scions, right? We get a little bit more into their story. The other Scions, like I said, we only have bits and pieces, and there's not enough for me to put together or really care about the other Scions in a way. It's all very disconjointed to me. And that may be my memory in particular, or just how I went about playing it this time, where there was quite a bit of time in between everyone's little bits and pieces. But yeah, I was like, out of all the Scions, we do care about Alfie and Alize the most. They've been with us the longest, right? We've seen them grow a lot. And I don't know, to me this just adds to a lot of growth for them. Also because Gaboo... No, Gaboo was not part of 3.55. They were part of 3.5. Literally just these last 3 quests. I would say... instance aside, because I really don't enjoy... Yeah, I still don't enjoy instances playing as other classes and whatnot. Think me down in my own class, I don't care. Give me a heal on any other class if I wasn't a healer. We would have been fine. Wow, you're really gonna hate that instance then? You know, playing as other people doesn't really do it for me. Because it's not... like... I don't know, I'm very much a person who, like... enjoys the story for what it means for us and our character as the Warrior of Light. This is a very notorious one in Walker. Yeah, I think you've mentioned before. An infamous instance. I don't know. We'll see. For the most part, all of the like solo instances in Shadowbringers, we haven't really... Yeah, I don't really enjoy it. It's cool in the sense, I guess, like, I don't even know her. I think it's like... It's just like, I don't know, it's just because they also play very different than how the real classes would play, right? I don't think that really helps anybody in a sense, but okay, if you're gonna do the whole bits and pieces and go through everyone, all the other Scions stories and whatnot, I get it. Again, very much the kinda just don't care. Is to give a taste of classes while also future-proofing it against future job reworks. Yeah, I get that. Like, I do. And I don't know, like, what would make me enjoy it more? I honestly can't answer that. I think it's meant to show how they aren't on the same level as the Warrior of Light. I mean, you feel that in the sense that, like, everything hurts so much more, right? They really... I don't... Should they have scaled Ifrit to be a little harder hitting? Or I don't know. Because if I wasn't a healer going through it, I honestly don't know. No, but then I think about, like, if I played Summoner or something, or Red Mage. Like, if you just, no matter what class you played, if you gave them a heal of some sort in order to try and save the Confluence. I did those as Monk. Was it still stupid easy? I think I was all in on Summoner by this point. Well, the Warrior of Light bits at least. Yeah. Yeah. I should have scaled Ifrit a little bit harder. Yeah, I didn't have to retry. Ifrit is also like, I don't know, as like the final battle and having Ifrit, I understand why, right? Out of all of the fights though, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just because I've done Ifrit so many times. But Ifrit is one of the easier ones to deal with. I'm dealing with Q Walker to try to play this. Didn't have to retry, but it was like, it wasn't hard. Me dying during solo instance is very, yes. Very much me forgetting what part of my skills do. Like, oh, a special button to stop everyone from attacking? Yeah. Or to stop everyone from casting? Yeah, okay, kind of forgot that I put that button off to the side. But all that aside, the fact that it's like I'm doing it on even less sleep than I would normally have. The fact that I even process any of it at all, yay me. Although I'd also moved to Materia by this point. Weird how time works. Yeah. It's been like a week after I moved. Okay, so let's see. Everything else considered, for Shadowbringers. I think I like the beginning and like the end of Shadowbringers. Everything else in between was kind of for me. Like 5.3 onwards. It's literally like beginning. It's literally beginning, middle, and end, and everything else can kind of just fill in the gaps. It definitely had its like very ups and downs for me. I have a feeling you did not. I have a feeling you did not go into the first. Did not what going to the first? Did not like going to the first at all? No, I would say that's untrue. I did enjoy parts of being in the first. Like zone-wise, I think Lakeland is one of my favorite zones. The Crystarium, I agree, is one of my favorite hubs in terms of, I guess, like aesthetic wise. Does it have to do with Lakeland though? I think so. I did really like all of the stuff with Titania or Feo'ol. I love Arbird and Elidibus. Both of them are my pathetic wet meow meows. Elidibus. The whole Elidibus part of it is not the worst. Like, overall, it's not... Like, I've said it before. I can say that, like, Shadowbringers has good writing, right? I do agree with that. It's just not my cup of tea. Ardbird's story was interesting because we got introduced to them as Warriors of Darkness very, very early on. That's fair. Yeah, like, it's still better than Stormblood for me. The Azan stuff really intrigued me, to be honest. Yeah. It was, I mean, it wasn't not intriguing, it just... I don't know. Number one Stormblood lover. You can continue to love Stormblood. You can love Stormblood more for the rest of the whole entire population. Cordola's character growth, I guess, in the very small slots that we saw it was interesting. I love how terrible it is. The characters were great even if the plot is sucky. Yes, I think I can agree with that. But I also think that, like, the characters that were the best were definitely just the villains. Cordola is great. Do you understand why I like her now? Yes, I do. I think they did a really good job writing her because you absolutely hate her at the beginning, and you come to understand her towards the end. look what I missed. Hello, Altina. Welcome in. There's some things I can't say when you're going through it. Sure. I like that she fucked up. Yeah, she's trying to make amends, but she's not perfect and she's still rough and brash. Yeah. And that's just her being her, right? I don't think, like, if she did a complete, like, 180 and became, like, nice, I don't know. I would have liked her less. It makes her interesting compared to the people that are nice in the story, you know? There's already those characters in here. She becomes a girly girl and starts wearing big flowery dresses and says ooh ooh a lot. Oh boy. I'd say, oh my gosh, if they actually did that to a character, I'd be like, no. No. They deadass did that to a character though? I was so mad. Have I met that character? You'll find out. Okay. No. Okay. That sucks. Because I know I'm not gonna enjoy that. Stand tall, my friend. Yeah, sticking a few lalas in there, you know? It's gotta be 3 lalas hidden in a trench coat. Stand tall, LFL, yeah. I am so glad to be done with Post-Shadowbringers. I hate they brought Xenos back, but what they did with him in Endwalker makes me give it a pass. Yeah, to bring back Xenos and then not give him the airtime in here, it's a choice. To also give us Fan Daniel is a choice. Like, as crazy as Fan Daniel is, I don't know. I don't, like, hate him. Which is crazy. He's just crazy. That's literally just it. It's all Endwalker setup. It pays off there. I don't know. Fan Daniel was just like... yeah, just a little crazy. Xenos, crazy obsessed with us. Kinda just, I don't know, in a way feels a little flat. Best villain in the game definitely does have to go to M itself though. So far. Who knows? I can see why Yuna loves him so much. Not for me, but okay. Yuna is a unique breed of crazy. But a lot of people are also that breed of crazy. That's my meds timer. right on time. So, after this, I am taking a break from MSQ. I don't know how long the break is going to be. I am assuming the very least it's going to be the very least 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe a month. And we'll reevaluate as I go on how I feel about restarting MSQ again. Because I'm just, I think, like, on top of, like, everything else that I have going on in my life, I need MSQ to have ended today. If it went on into, like, next week even, I would not... I don't think I could have mentally handled it. Like, I would have, like, I still rather would have done it on 2 hours of sleep like I did today than save it for next week when I would have been a little more coherent. Would have been a little more coherent, but also smack dab in the middle of literal 2 programs in a row and for work, and I just wouldn't have been able to do that well. Even though next Monday I technically have off, right? And I didn't want to spend my day off doing MSQ when I've been feeling the way I have about MSQ as a whole. Here I was thinking it was still the end of the year. It's honestly, like, I thought about it. I was like, is it going to go until the end of the year? There may be a chance that it might. Just because I am so busy with work. Like, I was looking at my schedule again today. You just might not be an MSQ girly. I think it really depends if I have the time and mental capacity to handle MSQ. Right? I think, like, right now, like, this whole entire year was just not great in terms of how busy I've been. And with potential, not even potential, it's very likely that, like, real life things are going to change for me in terms of work. So yeah, I just feel like I can't dedicate the mental capacity that I need towards MSQ. Everyone is hitting burnout around this time of year, huh? It's not even like this time of year. It's been a very stacking process for my job. Because I knew very early on, after re-signing my contract this year, that I would not stay next year. Right. I think I've already mentioned that, like, months ago, that I was thinking about leaving my job. And it's definitely gotten more and more to that point. You said that before you signed the contract, yeah. And then this year definitely proved that I should have probably gone last year, but I think this year in particular is added enough to my resume in terms of, like, real experiences with very specific programs and directions that I could go for my career. So I'm half glad that I stayed, but also very much overworked. And there have been like overworked to the point I've never had to really cut back on stream hours unless it was a Saturday program, right? But now it's like it's not even Saturday programs. It's just the fact that we have program after program after program, and I just cannot handle all of that on top of having stream be a whole other full-time job as well, right? Because it was full-time, and now it's like probably not even half the amount of hours that I used to do. Like this week in particular, I was looking at my schedule earlier. Oh, I still haven't put that up on Discord, but I was looking at my schedule earlier and I cannot stream Friday and Saturday this week or next week. And so I am down to, like with my limited hours, I was down to 2 streams a week, Sunday and Monday, right? But now that MSQ is done, Mondays need to either be filled with something or it goes away. I can bring back Wednesday now that my Friday and Saturday are taken up by a program, and we can do variety on Wednesday like we used to do. But Sundays have also been my variety, right? So 2 of my Final Fantasy days are gone, and I don't really want to move it onto another day unless it's like certain content. Yeah, it's like, cause that's the thing about maintaining a schedule, right? Is that certain people learn to expect certain things at a certain time. And I personally am somebody who likes to stick to a very strict schedule in terms of that. So having work mess up things in my personal life is not great. But yeah, it's been like, I think it's been mounting stress and the amount of just like work that I've had to deal with that it's gotten to a point where I don't think like, I think the only person who knows like how bad it is probably Bugs, because I complain to Bugs about everything. But it's so bad that I thought about not completing my contract, not going to the end of February and leaving at the end of this year. I gotta play a lot of my schedule by ear because of how work calls me in for emergencies randomly. Yeah, and I could never do your job. I could never do your job, Millie, because at least my work gives me my schedule like a month in advance, and if anything, they're not allowed to change things like within 2 or 3 weeks of, no, within 2 weeks of a program, right? They just can't, like, physically. We don't operate that way. So for the most part, like, I do know my schedule like way ahead of time, and it barely changes. If it does, it's usually like within hours, like being like adjusted on that same day, right? So, but then I just know that like that whole entire day is just like dedicated to work. I abandoned my last job the moment I had a new one. Yeah. And that's the thing though, is like here in Korea, nearly all, I would say like a good 95% of teaching contracts have a very specific start date, right? There's technically 4 start dates, there's the regular March 1st, which is the very beginning of the school year. And that is considered spring intake, right? And then you have late spring intake, which honestly, I don't know how people end up on late spring intake. And then you have regular fall intake, and then late fall intakes. And in the public sector, those are the 4 times that they hire, because it is through recruiting agencies for about 90% of all schools. If you are on a non-standard contract, it is really hard to change your job here in Korea, because you are needing to give up benefits of some sort, or like if you aren't, they will nix your benefits for the first year. So you are technically like 1 year behind in receiving benefits to get you on a standard contract. So it is suboptimal to even do like late spring intake or late fall intake. You should be in either spring or fall intake, but I think like 90% of the people are on fall or spring intake contracts. If you're on fall, you also get shafted out of your first year bonus, because it's very likely that your first contract, they only give you a 6-month contract, and you're spending more money by the time spring comes around in order to renew your visa and everything for a full year contract afterwards. It's messed up how it works. And then private academy contracts are all over the place, but they're also less regulated and more of a minefield, I would say. There are very niche teaching jobs that are on completely different contracts. Like one of our previous instructors left mid-year, like in between both hiring periods, because they were going to work with military. What was my point in all of this? Point is that like for the rest of the year, I'm hella busy, right? And I don't know. I feel like a lot of my focus and energy needs to go towards work, regardless of whether I like that or not. But it's the only way to keep myself sane. I'm quite tired. That was a good little story time. And we have reached a point where I feel comfortable enough to go straight to sleep after. Dang, look at all those Sony contracts. I will say I was pretty awake throughout the majority of the 3 quests that we did today. And falling asleep too, yeah. Like whatever pauses I had during the quest was not me being tired, it's the fact that I was burping so much. Just so weird. My stomach issues are definitely something. But like sitting here watching credits and talking, I think I yawned like 10 times at the least. Nothing to stimulate and keep myself awake. Oh, let's finish my quest. I will recommend that the Alliance keep a closer watch over Carcinel. The Telephori may have failed in their attempt to destroy the Confluence this time, but there is not to stop them trying again. Stress-induced stomach. Honest, I wouldn't even say that. I have GERD issues. And I can tell when it's acid problems versus regular stomach issues. It's just not fun. Throughout the battle, I could not shake the feeling that all present were performing for the amusement of Fandaniel. Were we, though? Nor did his blithe reaction to this latest defeat give me cause to think otherwise. I can only conclude that such failures are of little consequence to his broader scheme. Whatever it may be. Oh, Jerd, yeah, I've been battling with it for a few... I think like since last month now. The Carcinel Flats seem fated to play a prominent role in the history of the realm, do they not? I wonder, might the abundance of aether that floweth through the region have led the Alligans to entomb Omega there? Oh. You brought up Omega. It was decent of Lord Emmerich to bear us home aboard his airship. The gods only know how we would have squeezed this many people into the bonanza. Well. GERD can be cured, but it's on long term depending on one's lifestyle. Yeah, no, I don't have like serious problems with GERD. It's just I get random spells here and there. Many, though the enemy were, their numbers consisted largely of tempered beastmen, with a few lunar primals to keep things interesting. The Garleans themselves ventured little and lost less. It has ever been the Empire's way to have others fight their battles, but even they would blush at the Telephori's use of tempered slaves. The tempered that we were able to treat will be taken to the city-states for observation. As soon as the Alliance is satisfied that they're fully recovered, they will be free to return home. I don't like the fact that everyone's staring at me. At the close of the battle, when the clouds parted and the moon shone down on us all, I cannot well express how I felt. Somehow it seemed more a beginning than an ending. That gave me chills. You should have seen my face when Lord Emmerich turned up on our doorstep. Did none of you think to send word he was bringing you home? I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emmerich, and may I say how much I appreciated the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave. It would seem you have finally found a place to settle down. I merely grew weary of wandering the Far East. Returning to more serious matters, when the Telephori have been driven from Carteneau, 'tis like that the bulk of their forces yet remain. Or while the Telephori have been driven from the Carteneau, it's likely that the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzur's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Telephori at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of aetherology, we are better qualified to find the solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There is a time and place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wont to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to uncover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telephori's plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we will be able to we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telephori will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the heart of the chaos will come for us. For you. Yet, in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities. The final days themselves. Yes, alright, Alphino. We need a plan, not portents. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information from all manner of places, not least Charlayan. According to Kral, the Forum have been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telephori, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear. The Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fortuno's performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation. I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Chilean hath ever been the wellspring of aetheriological knowledge. Aetheriological. Did I say that wrong the first time? I don't even remember. Aetheriological knowledge. I care not where we go. Here or there, my lance will be ready. And what if you, Daigi? Might you be persuaded to join us? Plot a course for Charlayan. If it means I can have words with, Fortuno. An island of bookworms and bureaucrats. Have we no other choice? Plot a course for Charlayan. Hear, hear. It is time we laid bare the Telefori's dark designs. It appears we are in agreement, but we have to wait for Kraut to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there is a matter I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I have only a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. Death unto dawn. Complete. And with this, we have finished Post-Shadowbringers. You have learned the emote shush. Meanwhile, in the Garlean capital, oh, there's another cutscene. Oh, this crazy bastard. What a weapon of choice.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. Though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
Sorry, whenever Daniel talks, I just kind of like zone out because he's crazy. Need to reread. Or is it Eorzea and Sterling are a stubborn bunch, though I suppose he means that already. My plan to redirect the Aether from Carcino came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was in many respects an abject failure. Okay. Which does of course raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. Aether. Okay, the obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, then that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach.
You know when you block out sound that you kind of just don't really like, or that, you know, really drives you crazy? Yeah, that's Fan Daniel's voice for me.
The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire! My desire!
Mm-hmm.
To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor.
What a freak. He's more. Do you think he's more of a freak
And
than
the stars shall bear
Fandango?
witness to our final contest.
I don't know. Kind of a head-on-head battle. Actually, how much more do I have left to watch? Because I am slowly falling asleep.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically, far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
The towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Well,
our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Darkness comes, and with it, the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
Everything all right back there?
at solemn dawn, grim purpose shines in gazes cast toward moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise, your steps to guide what when? I hate things that scroll automatically. Too tired to read that fast out loud. Or to process what it said. Oh. God. Thus is our final curtain rise, your steps to guide what end betides. Congrats, thank you. Okay. Did that still not end the quest? Oh wait, no it did. You're done. I know. Much and more have we discovered of the Telefori's machinations since Thancred and I did return from Garlemald. Verily, their troops doth appear to have been tempered in much the same manner as those engaged in the construction of the towering edifice in the capital. When Ehrenwald tried to free the Amalja held in the tower, it triggered some sort of alarum and the captives were killed instantly. As such, we have no choice but to leave them in the clutches of the Telefori until a means of rescuing them has been found. In the meantime, the summonings of lunar primals will continue, just as we must rely on the Grand Company of Eorzea to put down such entities and prevent any further abductions, so too do they rely on us to come through with our investigation. I'm gonna pass out. Good night, Delta. I have a feeling the journey to Charlene is going to be quite the test of your nerves, in more ways than one. You'll miss this place while you're away, I just know it. But for now, the best thing you can do is get plenty of rest while we wait to hear from Cryo. Not only do the members of the Forum intend to adhere to their long-standing policy of non-intervention, they made a point of sending Master Fortuno here to explicitly state that fact, rather than simply refusing to involve themselves in our affairs. It would appear they are actively trying to prevent us from meddling in theirs. This does, of course, make Krau's mission of securing our entry to Charlayan nigh on impossible, but I am confident that she will find a way regardless. After the end of the Dragonsong War, I spent many a moon roaming. Gane, Radzat-Han, even Garlemald, but never Charlayan. In all honesty, a nation populated entirely by bookish types like Alphino is not a place that appeals to me. Justinian may become our favorite character yet among the Scions, besides the twins. Those who are brought within close proximity of the towers are tempered into serving Garlemald, then forced to summon lunar primals with aether drawn from the land. But even having understood this, we are yet to uncover what the Telefori wish to achieve by all this. Are the towers purely for strategic advantage, or do they serve some other purpose? Whatever it is my father and the Forum are hiding, I'm determined to get to the bottom of it. I have conveyed Lord Emmerich's wishes to Coltenant and the others. For the present, their role will be to facilitate communication between our allies and gather information on our enemy. Okay. And that is my true end to Post-Shadowbringers. We will end here for the day. I am very, very tired. I've been running on only 2 hours of sleep. It's honestly been a task to make it this far, but also at least I made it to a decent time to sleep so that I didn't completely F up my sleep schedule by taking a nap midday, or leaving work early and taking a nap midday. So, yay. I'm gonna move to ending screen and let us find somebody to raid. Okay, I think. I think I will send you guys. Well, let's see. Hang on. All of the content is basically Pilgrim's Traverse. Or things that I can't tell what people are doing. Because their title doesn't portray what they're actually doing. Okay, so I'm not really wanting to watch more of the Deep Dungeon than I already have. So we're gonna send you guys over to Flo today. Flo is doing Final Fantasy XIV online as well. And they are doing Shadowbringers role quests today. They are behind us in MSQ by quite a bit, so yeah. They're currently working on also grabbing Aether Currents, I think, in Lakeland. So let's go say hi to Flo, and you guys can watch role quests. Speaking of role quests, I found out that I never completed the Paladin one or the Tank one. So I gotta do that next time that I stream Final Fantasy XIV, which is probably gonna be next Monday, but a non-MSQ stream. Okay, so next time that I'll be streaming this week is going to be my Wednesday. Today's Monday for me. So in 2 days, we will be doing, well, we'll see. I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow, because I've been mad addicted to my time at Sandrock, and I am itching to play my time at Sandrock. So seeing how I feel tomorrow, if I feel okay enough to stream, I may do a surprise stream, but for the next 2 weeks I am going to be on a limited stream schedule. So today's Monday, Wednesday stream, no Friday, no Saturday stream. And then Sunday, I will be streaming my time at Sandrock again. And this is because I have a weekend work program that we are running. So I have to be in attendance for that. And then next Monday, there will be no continuation of MSQ for Final Fantasy XIV. We are going to take at least 2 to 3 weeks of break from MSQ. How long of a break, I am very much unsure until I feel like doing MSQ again, really. And until I have all of the side content that I want to be caught up with before I move on. So the side content kind of includes Baja is not something I'm really worried about like completing before I move on. I want to catch up on my triple triad grind. I do want to do the Shadowbringers EXs, the extremes, but I do them synced, minimum eye level, no echo, so I do need to probably figure out a time or put together a group for that, because constantly going into PF is not ideal. And then I also need to do the Shadowbringers Alliance raid, so Eden. And yeah, so we have a lot of side content that, and finish whatever role quest that we did not finish. So a lot of side content that I'm still trying to catch up on. And then we will continue with MSQ when I feel like I am sufficiently completed with the rest of like Shadowbringers content. I don't really like moving forward without having completed all that stuff. And then if you're interested in Baja, we are going to be starting Baja maybe in like 2 weeks time. And putting together a group for that to kind of go through Baja together. There will be a poll in the Discord as to what time preference you would like, and we're just gonna go with majority. If there's enough demand for both time slots, then I don't know, we may or may not do 2 different runs, but I am of the mind that I kind of want one group to go through with. And not need to bounce back and forth and repeat do things, especially on stream, to like re-level a whole nother friend or like catch someone back up. So there will be a poll in the Discord for Baja content if you're interested in joining for that or helping out for that. And yeah, our aim is to get through to be able to do DRS because mount. Yeah. But that's not Baja in particular is not content that I need done before I start MSQ again. It's just our next kind of like major side content grind, I would say. Besides our already ongoing stuff. So yeah. Other than that, I'm gonna send you guys over to Flo. Flo is a good friend of ours in the community, and yeah, they're always supporting us. We were hanging out a little bit before stream. And yeah, you guys can go watch more Shadowbringers Final Fantasy XIV content for today. Okay, raid message is Cozy Raid. If you would like to say something when you get over to Flo's community, if you would like to continue lurking, that is perfectly fine as well. I would appreciate it if you would at least go through with the raid. And yeah, next time that we'll be streaming is in 2 days, and we will be doing My Time at Sandrock. May or may not have a surprise stream tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling and how itchy I am to play My Time at Sandrock. Other than that, hope that you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, no matter where you are in the world, and I will see you again next time, whether that be during my next stream or further down in the week. Okay? I'm gonna send you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.